Hey, hope you're good. Just Matt here again. So just going to kick off our little series of sort of little video tutorials, if you like, around nutrition. So last year we were sending out these documents, and obviously some people were reading them, some people weren't. So what I'm trying to do is meet more people where you're at in terms of how you like to receive information. So one of the things we found is videos have been really, really useful for that. So in this particular little video, I'm just going to shoot some information around fats. We put together some infographics, or I put together some infographics around what I think are some of the key things that you need to know. And then obviously what you decide to do with that is entirely up to you. So let's be really clear about fats. So fats are not the devil when it comes to trying to be healthy. In fact, we really need fat for a number of things. So fat we know is a major source of energy. It's very dense in terms of the amount of calories per gram that it has. So compared to, it contains, depending on the type of fat, it can contain between 7 and 9 grams. Calories per gram, whereas with carbohydrates and protein nearer 4. Okay, so you can see how you wouldn't necessarily need to consume as much. In terms of the fat is actually one of the primary components of cell membranes. So when we train a lot, we know we turn over vitamin E at a higher rate. So it's really important that we take on foods containing vitamin E when we know we're training. Vitamin E comes in things like almonds and those sorts of foods as well. Okay, we know that fat insulates the body from extremes of temperature, so particularly when it's cold. Fat can also keep you fuller for longer, so eating more fat dramatically increases your satiety levels. So adding a small amount of fat before your main meal can actually stop you needing a dessert. Those sort of strategies are certainly some things that we've discussed before. And it's also a really key player in inflammation. So we know that the fat found in fish, the essential omega-3 fatty acids, can help provide health and performance benefits due to their anti-inflammatory properties. So if you're training a lot, it's really good to manage inflammation levels on both a cellular level and overall as well. So if we scroll down, types of fats. So unsaturated fat. So unsaturated fat contains at least one single double bond within the fatty acid chain. Okay, so don't need to worry too much about the science of it. It just means that it's a little bit more stable, and I'll show you that in a minute when we go to the other fats. So omega-3s found in salmon, tuna, mackerel, chia seeds, flax seeds, walnuts. Omega-6s found in nuts, seeds, vegetables, etc. Okay, so omega-3s are really, really important in this instance. So types of unsaturated fat, we've got the polyunsaturated fat, omega-3 and omega-6. Again, we've got the benefits of those being, lowering heart rate, improving heart rhythm, decreasing risk of clotting, lowering triglycerides, that's the fat in the blood. Yet, believe it or not, they actually go around and mop them up, lowering the triglycerides, reducing blood pressure. Okay, that's down to inflammation really, and also clearing up the bad fats, if you like, in the vessels, so allowing better flow, improved blood vessel function, and delay of the plaque buildup on the coronary arteries. Okay, so we know that things that are inflammatory inflame the lining of the arteries, so we end up with that plaque sticking to the arteries. So it's not necessarily fat that's the problem. In fact, good fats can actually go around and clear that up. Okay, types of fats. So we've got unsaturated fat again. We've got monounsaturated fat this time. Okay, so avocados, almonds, cooking oils are made from plants. As you can see listed there, benefits, it can lower the LDL. So the LDL is the low density lipoproteins, and that's the bad fats, and they can lower the risk of heart disease. So they are a source of vitamin E as well, okay, which I mentioned being really important earlier. Okay. Other type of fats, we've got saturated fat. Saturated fat is a type of fat which the fatty acid chains have nearly all, or predominantly single bonds. Okay, so red meats, dairy products, coconut oil. Okay, uniquely resistant to heat. Essential for proper nutrient absorption, more satisfying. So you can see here it's not all bad. Okay, more satisfying, help curb cravings, and may boost metabolism, may weight loss efforts. Okay, so when we talk about good fats and bad fats, we just need to be really clear that saturated fat is not all bad. Okay, we just need to make sure we differentiate between the type of where that fat's coming from. Okay. The trans fats, these are the bad ones. Okay, the trans fats or trans fatty acids are a form of unsaturated fat. They are come in both natural and artificial forms. Okay, we know that they are highly prevalent in processed foods, hydrogenated fats. So if you see the word hydrogenated anywhere, just stay away from that if you can. They do raise the LDL, so that's the bad, and they lower the HDL. So they do the exact opposite of what we really want. Okay, they increase the risk of heart disease and stroke, and there's a higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes when consuming these types of foods, which you can see here, more processed types of foods. So what's a healthy fat intake? So a healthy fat intake for an individual seeking balanced macronutrient diet, then 30% is about where we would pitch it to start with. Now this can vary a little bit. We know some people, depending on what type of exercise they're doing or what type of body type they are, it will shift one way or the other. Okay, but this can kind of be broken down in sort of 10% monounsaturated fat, 10% polyunsaturated, and 10% saturated fat as well. Okay. Hydrogenated fat, obviously, as we've already discussed, needs to be avoided. All right, so if you're on 2,500 calories a day, bearing in mind that 83 times 9 is going to give you about 30%. Okay, so that's where you get your grams of fat from. So if you're using MyFitnessPal to track it, that would be really, really useful to do. Okay, hope that helps you. If you need any more help, obviously you know where I am. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.